Ever wondered what your favorite old-school celebrities enjoyed during their rise to fame? From Elvis's quirky sandwich obsession to Marilyn Monroe's surprising food choices, we're about to explore their favorite meals. Stay tuned to find out which star's plate we'll uncover next. James Dean, pizza and spaghetti with meatballs. James Dean was as effortlessly cool in his personal life as he was on screen, but when it came to food, he was all about classic comfort. Whether filming on set or taking a break, Dean always turned to his two favorite staples, pizza and spaghetti with meatballs. Both dishes were a regular part of his diet, and it's said that he couldn't get enough of the rich flavors and hearty portions. But which one was his absolute favorite during the filming of Rebel Without a Cause? That's up for debate. Dean was known to enjoy the simplicity of a perfectly baked pizza, but also had a love for fresh spaghetti with the juiciest, most flavorful meatballs. His food choices were as iconic as his acting, providing him the energy to stay sharp in front of the camera. Which comfort food would you choose? Pizza or spaghetti? Wait until you hear about Elvis's favorite food combination. It might surprise you. Elvis Presley, peanut butter, banana, and bacon sandwiches. Elvis Presley is known as a legend in the music world, but his love for food was just as remarkable. His favorite snack? A peanut butter and banana sandwich, but of course he gave it his own unique twist. Elvis made it a real Elvis special by adding an unexpected ingredient, crispy bacon. This combination of sweet and savory was not only his favorite snack, but also a symbol of his unconventional taste. With lightly toasted bread for a subtle crunch, he managed to turn a simple sandwich into an iconic dish. Friends and family said he regularly devoured one of these sandwiches, and it became a regular part of his daily diet. You know Elvis from his music, but would you dare to try this sandwich? Audrey Hepburn, pasta, pasta, and more pasta. Although Audrey Hepburn is best known for her elegant appearance and glamorous life, there was one thing she loved above all else: pasta. The Hollywood icon had a surprising love for Italian cuisine, and pasta was her absolute favorite. Hepburn loved pasta so much that she even packed it in her suitcase when she traveled, so she would never be without her beloved dish. Whether it was spaghetti, penne, or fusilli, it didn't matter to Audrey, as long as there was pasta on her plate. She was so passionate about food that she often grew her own ingredients, like tomatoes and basil, in her garden to create the perfect Italian meal. Her love for the simplicity of well-prepared pasta was as timeless as her films. Frank Sinatra, spaghetti Pomodoro, and Italian classics. Frank Sinatra didn't just love singing in Italian. He also embraced the Italian way of life, especially when it came to food. His deep passion for Italian cuisine shaped his diet throughout his life. From delicious pasta dishes to flavorful sausages, Sinatra couldn't get enough of authentic Italian flavors. But there was one dish that stood out as his all-time favorite: spaghetti Pomodoro. This simple yet refined dish, made with fresh tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, and basil, was his absolute favorite. It not only connected him to his Italian roots, but was a meal he enjoyed wherever he went. Whether at home or in a fancy restaurant, spaghetti Pomodoro was always on the menu for Frank. What's your favorite Italian dish? Do you agree with Frank's choice? Let us know in the comments. Grace Kelly, lean meat, high-protein diet. As a Hollywood princess, you might expect Grace Kelly to indulge in elaborate, luxurious meals. However, she preferred to keep things simple, focusing on a high-protein diet to maintain her graceful, royal appearance. Grace approached food more like an athlete, choosing lean meats such as chicken, veal, and fresh game to fuel her busy lifestyle. Her meals were designed to give her the energy she needed while keeping her figure elegant and poised. Alongside lean proteins, she enjoyed fresh vegetables, particularly carrot and celery sticks, and dried fruits like apricots as her snacks of choice. But even royalty have their guilty pleasures. For Grace, it was crispy chicken, particularly when paired with mushrooms and spinach. Despite her dedication to healthy eating, she couldn't resist this indulgent dish, proving that even the most disciplined among us have a favorite comfort food. Grace's balance of healthy eating and occasional indulgence helped her maintain both her physique and happiness. What do you think Marilyn Monroe's favorite food would be? Keep watching because I'm going to tell you that soon. Paul Newman, rum raisin, ice cream, and comfort foods. Paul Newman was known for being cool under pressure, but behind that calm exterior, he had a serious sweet tooth. His secret indulgence? Rum raisin ice cream. After long days of filming or directing, Newman often treated himself to this rich and flavorful dessert, which helped him unwind and recharge. While he was a fan of classic comfort foods like pot roast, mashed potatoes, and hearty noodle dishes, rum raisin ice cream was his go-to treat when he needed something sweet. This wasn't just a one-time craving. Newman genuinely loved the creamy texture and bold flavor of the ice cream, and it became a regular part of his routine after work. Whether he was at home or on set, Paul Newman always found time to indulge in his favorite dessert, making it a special ritual amidst his busy Hollywood life. Even a man as iconic as Paul had his sweet weaknesses, proving that everyone needs a little indulgence now and then. Michael Jackson, M&Ms, and spicy Mexican food. Michael Jackson was not only the king of pop, but also the king of spicy food. His love for bold, fiery flavors was well known, with dishes like smoked red chili enchiladas and grilled tofu shish kebabs regularly making appearances on his plate. He never dined without a bottle of hot sauce, often Moroccan, which he added to almost everything. Jackson's palate was anything but bland, and he embraced spicy, flavorful cuisine whenever he could. But even with his healthy lifestyle and spicy food obsession, Michael had a secret sweet indulgence: M&Ms. Despite his disciplined eating habits, he couldn't resist sneaking a handful of the colorful candies when no one was watching. They provided him with a sugary boost during long rehearsals and intense performances, balancing out his love for all things spicy. What about you? Do you prefer spicy or sweet comfort food? Let us know in the comments. Marilyn Monroe. Bizarre food combinations, raw eggs, and stuffing. Marilyn Monroe was admired for her beauty and grace, but her eating habits? Absolutely bizarre. While she maintained a glamorous image on screen, behind the scenes, her diet was far from ordinary. Marilyn wasn't afraid to experiment with unusual food combinations, and some of her go-to favorites included raw eggs mixed with warm milk, a concoction she often drank to stay energized. Another of her peculiar indulgences was a stuffing recipe made with 18 different ingredients, ranging from beef and chicken to bread and herbs. Her willingness to try anything when it came to food showed a side of Marilyn that many didn't know. A woman unafraid of adventure, even on her plate. It was this unusual approach to eating that kept her fueled during long filming days, helping her deliver those iconic movie scenes. What's the strangest food combination you've ever tried? John Lennon, curry, toast, and traditional English breakfast. John Lennon wasn't just a legend in music. His love for food also had fans talking. While many may focus on his groundbreaking music, Lennon had a deep appreciation for traditional English cuisine. From toast with marmalade to hearty black pudding, he loved the simple yet comforting dishes that reminded him of home. His daily meals often included staples like cornflakes for breakfast or a classic English fry-up complete with eggs, bacon, and blood sausage. However, it wasn't just British classics that captivated Lennon's taste buds. He had a particular fondness for curry, and it quickly became one of his favorite comfort foods. Whether enjoying a spicy curry at home or indulging in a full English breakfast, John's meals reflected his down-to-earth personality and love for tradition. His diet showed that, despite his fame, he stayed grounded with simple, hearty meals that reminded him of his roots. Walt Disney, chili, chili, and more chili. Walt Disney may have been the mastermind behind some of the world's most magical creations, but when it came to food, he preferred something simple and hearty: chili. Whether he was at home with his family or working late at his studio, chili was always his go-to meal. He loved the bold, comforting flavors of a good bowl of chili, and it became such a staple in his diet that it was often referred to as Walt's favorite dish. Disney didn't just enjoy chili. He made sure it was available everywhere he went, including at the studio commissary, where his own personal chili recipe was often served. Even today, fans of Walt can try his famous chili recipe at select Disney parks, keeping his legacy alive through food as well as films. Walt's passion for chili shows that even the most creative minds appreciate the simple pleasures of a warm, flavorful meal. Elizabeth Taylor, fried chicken with gravy, peanut butter, and bacon sandwiches. Elizabeth Taylor was the epitome of Hollywood glamour, but behind the red carpet, she had a deep love for hearty, comforting meals. Despite the pressure to maintain her stunning appearance, Taylor indulged in some seriously delicious foods. One of her favorite dishes was fried chicken smothered in thick, savory gravy, paired with a generous serving of mashed potatoes. When she wasn't indulging in her beloved fried chicken, she turned to another unique comfort food: peanut butter and bacon sandwiches. This combination of creamy peanut butter and crispy bacon was a surprising favorite of hers, offering a satisfying blend of salty and sweet. When the cameras stopped rolling and the makeup came off, Taylor's down-to-earth side was revealed through her love of simple, comforting meals. Her indulgence in these classic dishes showed that even the world's most glamorous star had a soft spot for comfort food. Would you try Elizabeth Taylor's fried chicken with gravy? It sounds tempting. Marlon Brando, pancakes, peanut butter, and Chinese takeout. Marlon Brando's love for food was as legendary as his acting career. His breakfast, a feast fit for a star. Stacks of pancakes, sausages, and bananas with cream. This indulgent morning routine kept him fueled for long days on set. But Brando's affection for food didn't stop at breakfast. His love for peanut butter was well known, and he found creative ways to incorporate it into his diet throughout the day. One of his quirkiest habits was combining peanut butter with everything from bread to bananas, and sometimes even straight out of the jar. During his breaks from filming, Brando often indulged in another favorite, Chinese takeout. Whether it was crispy spring rolls or savory noodles, he couldn't resist the comforting flavors of Asian cuisine. His eating habits showed a man who enjoyed both indulgent breakfasts and hearty dinners, finding comfort in familiar foods throughout his busy life. Are you a breakfast lover like Marlon Brando, or do you save your indulgence for dinner? Humphrey Bogart, steak, ham, eggs, and bacon. Humphrey Bogart was known for his love of a good drink, but when it came to food, he was just as dedicated to his protein-packed, greasy meals. Bogart wasn't one for fancy dishes. He preferred hearty, simple foods that filled him up. His plate was often loaded with steak, ham, eggs, and of course, plenty of crispy bacon. Whether it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner, these meaty, satisfying dishes were his go-to. Bogart's fondness for steak was well documented, but he also had a soft spot for mutton chops. These hearty, protein-rich meals kept him going through his long days on set and late nights off-camera. His straightforward approach to food reflected his no-nonsense personality, classic, unpretentious, and always reliable. For a man as iconic as Bogart, his taste in food was refreshingly down-to-earth. What's your go-to steak or bacon dish? Share your favorites in the comments. And that's a wrap. From Elvis's quirky sandwiches to Marilyn Monroe's unusual food choices, it's clear these icons loved comfort food. Which celebrity's dish surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments.